Yeah! Hey! Hey! Yeah, yeah, diamonds, dream chasers, we won't wait. Subscribe today before it's too late. Inspiration flowing just like the breeze. Chase your dreams and feel at ease.
Be good. Be very good. I am trying. I think it's working though. I think I'm being better. I don't know. Well, whatever the case may be, this is Yaya Diamond, and I am the host of Dream Chasers Radio, and I am excited to have my guests on this show today. We're talking about when the gods died. I think that's the way it goes. I'm not sure. Hold on a second. Let me put that up for you because I want to make sure that you know what I'm talking about. And I think that the screen name, when all of the gods died, not just when the gods died, but like all of them. I'm in there. I'm in there. You guys, if you don't know, I absolutely love Marvel Comics, love all the movies that come out about these, and I am just a fan of all. I'm already a fan. And I want to welcome to the show author of this book, Sudarshan. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, yeah, and thank you for having me. I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Your
Oh my
shows are
God.
so amazing. So
Thank you. So let's get into this. All right. When did you have that kind of like that feeling that you were going to be writing books like this? Because this is not something that most people write. Most people write about little stories, they write about their lives, which is great, nothing wrong with it. But, it takes a little bit of an imagination to actually dive into something like this.
I've been in literature. My mind from very my childhood. I used to write poetry. Then I decided to go on science and pursue medicine. So it was on my side. And then when I had an established practice, kids, then I started reading again everything, all the literature I missed, literature of America, literature of Europe. And that's how then I went to Europe and visited Greece, Turkey, and I saw that all these temples, all these gods and goddesses, they were just confined to the statue. And I talked to the people, they didn't even know. They forgot. They were forgotten. And I couldn't believe it. How could a whole pantheon be just, thrown out of the window? And it bothered me that they left their culture, because I came from a culture where our culture is like thousands and thousands of years old, and we still pray to the same gods, still pray to the same goddess. So that's when I took it up and I started research. It took me 10 years to know the mythology. Yeah, now I'm comfortable with many of these gods and goddesses, not comfortable with everyone. And that's when I started writing. And initially I thought I'll write a textbook. And then I said, this will be only read by few people, the elites, the professors and students. So I put it into a story form. So that's why it is so packed, because it has stories, and then my characters move through them.
I absolutely love that. Love it. Love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so like, if you were to introduce this book to somebody, like, if it was like, hey, an introduction to when all the gods died, like to a new audience or people like me that are really, really into it, how would you do that?
If I have to introduce them, I will say that to know the Olympians first. Who were the gods and goddesses, the Olympians, and before them were the Titans. And the Olympians were they should know the names, and they should be familiar what they do. Zeus, who is the king, and he is the god of gods. Poseidon, he controls the ocean and the waters. And Hades, who controls the underwater. And Aphrodite, the queen of beauty. And then Artemis, the queen, or actually the huntress of the wilderness. Hera is the queen of Zeus. And Hephaestus, who runs the craft, who is a craftsman. Apollo, the god of wisdom, medicines, music. Artemis, I already described. Who else? Similarly, Hestia, who takes care of the heart. you should know the basic gods and goddesses, and then if you read the book, you'll have the details of these people. The central message, if you ask me what is the central message, Sudarshan, then I will say that our heritage, which includes tangible and intangible beliefs, faiths, buildings, whatever we get from our heritage, we need to keep them.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
that heritage was lost. And
Wow.
and that's the central message for everyone.
Right.
Keep your heritage.
Keep your heritage. I'm looking at the book, right? I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about the shift between the ancient Greek to the Christianity, or the modern Christianity, even though it was a little bit different back then, but it's still Christianity nonetheless. I mean, what drew you to start the story from the historical and an essential angle?
Well, I have seen how the foreign invasion, because I come from a place where the foreign invasions had tried to convert local people to their faith, and also do the biggest thing, which is acculturation.
Mm,
So I know, that it can happen, but it should be resisted. And I know how Apostle Paul brought Christianity in around 49 AD, followed by Apostle Andrew. Why Andrew's name was Andrew, right? In my the protagonist, he was the second apostle who took Christianity there, and he converted Dionysius, the Areopagite, who became the first bishop of Athens, in fact. So
mm,
my protagonist, has the Andrew name. Nothing, I did not plan it. And in 313 AD, the Edict of Milan, issued under Constantine the Great, allowed Christianity to become the state religion. And there were a lot of violence. There are a lot of destruction of Greek temples that followed, and
mm-hmm,
all that the history.
mm-hmm. I do know. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that, and and
Yeah.
and and you will say that's how one whole
Mm-hmm.
concept was eliminated, and
Yeah.
that saddens me.
Yeah, it is. It is sad. I mean, I understand it. Historically speaking, we should be keeping that in line. We should be keeping that in check. And we have lost a lot of things. We've
Yes.
lost a lot. And in all kinds of aspects, in all kinds of cultures. It's sad because a lot of the people that benefited from coming from these cultures, don't know them. And that's why I believe that ancestry.com is very important, because you can actually, and like all of the other places where you can get your genes tested and see back into your history and where you come from. I
Mhm.
had no idea about my whole thing. I had no idea about where I came from or anything. And I found out a lot. I found
Mhm.
out a lot. And, I want to go to the trailer for your book. I
Mhm.
want to play that. Is that okay?
Yes, of course. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. I want to go ahead and put this up on the screen. We're going to play this trailer. I want to see this trailer. Okay. Hello.
Once worshipped by millions, now nothing but whispers in the wind. What happened to the gods of Olympus? Where did they go, and why? In search of history, they crash into myth and awaken something eternal. Lost between myth and reality, they must uncover the truth before it claims them when the divine falls. The Forgotten Rise. The gods never die. They win. Read the story they try to bury with the gods.
Mm, mm, mm. I'm ready. I'm ready for the movie. I'm ready for the movie. I'm ready
It
for the movie.
it is very cinematic, and there are a lot of chapters in that. They're beautiful cinematic. Thesmophoria festival, the sports, the chariot race. You'll see that it's intensely emotional and descriptive of that time. It'll bring you
Mhm.
back.
Wow. That to me, I mean, look at that. That to me is amazing. So going back, I mean, I know you've studied, and rightfully so. 10 years. That's a lot of years to study. But
It's
what was
a lot of mythology that you need to put in your mind and get
right?
comfortable with each.
Yeah, definitely. 10 years is a lot. So what was your writing process? Ultimately, what was that like for you?
So what I did initially, I did not write anything. I just researched,
Mm-hmm.
and after I did the research, each person, each god, when I felt comfortable,
Mm.
when I could talk to the god, and I could tell him what he did, what he should have done as a mortal, what I'm looking at. That interaction, the first mortal immortal interaction with me and the gods. And then I created the mortals.
Mm.
So after initially, I have to be comfortable with each.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me months and months and months to comfortable, for example, with Hera, the queen goddess,
Mm.
to read the volumes and volumes of books, whatever I could get on, from the libraries, from everywhere. Those, days there were not much internet. So that's how first I read about them, being comfortable with one character, and then I started writing about him. And then I put the models to interact with them.
Yeah, I got you. Is it important for you, or was it important for you to humanize the gods while you wrote about them?
It's interesting because most of the books that I read, novels based on the famous retellings of the gods and goddesses, they were written just like Hesiod or the Theogony, Iliad. They were descriptive of the god or the goddess himself, the whole. And many of them very popular were based on feminine um, empowerment, and it was that one person's story. And I wanted to bring everybody, I wanted to make them think, because gods also think. They
Mm-hmm.
don't do anything without thinking. How do they think? Nobody described before. But then I saw that gods doing the similar things. They were falling in love, and they were getting angry. They were having babies. How
Yeah.
do they do that? And that's when I entered into their mind. When I entered into their mind with modern psychology readings, I realized all those actions could be explained based on the modern psychology.
Mm.
And,
Hmm.
and doing that, once I started describing their thinking, they became human. It wasn't my doing.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And
Wow.
there are many examples of mortals becoming immortals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Heracles, the big guy that you see in the first chapter, you know, the big football player, 7 feet guy described in the first chapter, Asclepius, the father of medicine, Ganymede, the cup-bearing, person in for Jews. They're all mortals and become immortals.
Mm.
So
Mm.
they also thought like human beings before. They were human beings.
Right.
That's how. And I thought we are human beings. If I can explain that on human terms, my readers will understand them better.
Yeah. Yeah. There is one particular character that you are very much drawn to and stands out. Why? Who is this, of course, and why does this character stand out for you?
I don't know which character, because for me all those characters were enigmatic and equally attractive. But first chapter is mostly about Hephaestus.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
Hephaestus. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's who I was going for.
It's
Yep. Yep.
fascinating that you bring him up, because Hephaestus is not the most attractive looking, most impressive, and most articulate god, but he is the ungainly. He limps. He was. But why did I write so much about him? Because of this exactly reason. I thought he's the underdog
Mm.
among all the gods. He was not raised by his own mother. He was thrown out of the window by his own mother and Jews. He grew up with some other people, but he was very angry. But how he uses this anger? He creates beautiful jewelries. He creates beautiful weapons and he gifts it to the whole world, all the gods. We all may have Hephaestus sometimes inside us,
Wow.
where nobody cares for us and we think we are ungainly, we think we are not beautiful, we think we are not loved, but we can do so much for everybody else. And that's what Hephaestus is.
Wow. Wow, that's beautiful. And I totally agree with you on that. Wow, that is great. So, okay, so alongside the mystical and the mythological narrative, you introduce modern characters like Andrew and Rhea, whose plane crash delivered them into this ancient world. What inspired you to weave a contemporary storyline into a mythological universe? And how do these two worlds complement each other?
It was difficult, but all the stories, as I told before, I read before, were completely dealing with one god or the goddesses, and they just wrote on and on and on the whole book.
Hmm.
And I found a lot of superfluous, lot of imagination in them. They were not even true, those books. And they were very famous. And I said, no, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to make this relevant to people. So what I did, I created a believable journey. Americans traveling Greece, believable. In vacation, modern couple just like us. And I made them accidentally to be thrown among the gods and who are living in their own habitat.
Mm,
So both are believable, and then how the interaction happened. I had to make those seamless. Those were hard, but you know that is the part that most of the books will have difficulty with, bringing the immortals of thousands of years past to the mortals of present.
hmm.
and
Yeah.
and then if you read the Greeks, if you read how Odysseus in Odyssey interacted with immortals, even those days, how Heracles, who was a mortal, how he interacted with immortals, I
Mm,
learned from their interactions. And
mm,
that's why I make these story where you have something tangible, something you can believe in, some one of you
hmm.
is there.
It's beautiful. I love it. Yep. Yes, I agree with you. I mean, bringing it to the humanity part of it and making it seem human is like, okay, yeah, I got it now. I mean, and a lot of people don't get that, you know. So let me tell you something. There are so many different interpretations of this, though. There's so many different theories and different this and different that. How did you decide which element you would remain faithful to? And I mean, like, how did you introduce your own vision? I mean, did you give it another twist?
So, I mean, you're essentially asking me what is the theme of the book, aren't you?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how did you? Yeah. What is the theme?
So what
Because,
is my
like I
sense
said,
of,
there's a lot of them out there.
yeah. So I will say in our life, when we live our life, if it is true lived life, there is no central theme. Every
Mm,
day we every day we do different things. We fall in love, we fall out of love, we get angry, we become religious, and then we suddenly stop believing in God. We become a good father, and then we're not a good son. So love, hatred, anger,
mm,
retribution, they
mm,
all play a part inside. But the central theme
mm-hmm.
my book should make people understand is know thyself.
I gotcha. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's not easy. I've got some people that don't like themselves.
So, but once you start, they don't like themselves because they haven't really seen themselves, truly haven't gotten back to their soul.
Yeah.
If you truly go back to your soul, you think, then you will fall in love with yourself, because that's the original you. All those things came later on. Our anger, our frustrations, our
Yeah.
failures, they came later on. As a
Mm,
child, you are not like that. You're pure.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so knowing thyself is truly very soothing.
Yeah. So as the readers finish reading When All the Gods Died, what message or emotional impact do you hope stays with them?
Um, that they will have to tell me what they're carrying, what emotion they're carrying. And one thing that I will say will make me happy if I hear that they turn the book and they start thinking about themselves. That do I have an Apollo inside me that loves music, that loves reasoning? Or do I have an Aphrodite in me that's so beautiful, that loves the beauty no matter what? Or am I Artemis? I am hunting outside. I like a free, autonomous. I like to just wander around in the unblemished territories.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have who am I? And then they should open that chapter and they will find themselves. And that might raise their curiosity for what else is coming up.
There's something else coming up?
Yes.
Ooh, what's coming up?
So I'm halfway done, or maybe 30%, 40% for the sequel.
Ooh,
Yes.
ooh, I love that. How difficult is that to come up with something that continues something else?
I think it's very difficult because I included the gist of most of the Olympians and most of the Greek stories, mythologies inside my first book. It's abundantly, profusely. So I had left very few things out, but
Mhm.
I found a theme to go with this, with totally different scenarios and characters. That is going to be amazing, and particularly for you. You will see that there is a
Mm,
lot of empowerment of women in my second book.
nice.
Yeah, and the role of a mother, role of a wife, role of a lover, um, and the characters will be different.
Hmm.
Still Greek mythology, but the characters will be different. The storyline is totally different, but it'll also bring you close to yourself.
Nice. Oh, that is so good. I am so happy for you. You have to come back on when this happens.
Of course, I
Now,
will.
let me ask you. I have to ask you this question, okay? Because I'm a movie buff, and I absolutely love movies like this. Is your book going to be considered for a movie?
I have heard from somebody from Hollywood that is doing a project right now and wants to like read the book and sit with me. He hasn't told me that he wants to make a movie,
I hope so.
but he told me he's a producer. He told me once this project is over, then he would like to sit with me and go over certain things. I don't know what is in his mind, and that's all I know so far.
I hope you gotta do good. You gotta be impressed. Go with your best suit. Take like 10 books with you. Well, I'm just overdoing it, but I'm just very excited for you. I mean, these things don't come around a lot. You know what I mean? These opportunities are once in a lifetime opportunities. And when you have a book like yours that's gonna, that's like this. When all the gods die, that's just telling me like Marvel Comics or something. That tells me like DC, Marvel Comics. It tells me that this is more than just a book.
Yes.
Definitely more than just a book. And so being a movie would be like I would be like the first person there. Okay, I'd be front and center with a big old box of popcorn just waiting for it to start. Yes.
Seeing the
Thank
plane crash on the screen.
you. Sudarshan, thank you so much for joining me today. Is there anything we left out?
I think yeah, you addressed most of the issues, and I will like to hear from my readers on authorsudarshan@gmail.com, and learn from them what they have liked and what they have disliked. And thank you
Definitely.
very much for bringing me, and to all my readers, thank you very much for reading my book.
Well, you can go ahead and go to that website. I will put the website in the description box below. But that website is It's booksbysudarshan.com. And if you go down to the bottom, you can go ahead and give an email or a phone call, or you can join on Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. And I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Myself and Sudarshan are amazed and grateful for your support. And I don't know about Sudarshan, but if you weren't here, I wouldn't be anybody. So thank you.
No, I would want everybody to listen to you. Yeah.
Thank you, Sudarshan. Thank you. And I would want everybody to read that book.
You're fascinating. You're fascinating.
Yes. Oh, thank you. And thank you guys so much for joining us. Don't forget to dare to be different. And don't forget to go check out Sudarshan's book. Okay. And if you have any questions or comments, you know how to reach him. I'm going to put the link in the description again so it'll be easy for you guys to find it. And until next time, guys, don't forget to what? Be good. Just be good. Be good. Thank you for watching.